I nearly forgot to make this video, so I'm just gonna think of something off the top of my head for this one. I promise you I will not forget to make a video throughout this whole month, and if I do, I will burn that horrible Bosses poster. I was talking about this before with my friends, so I'm going to talk about it now. The Spider-Man reboot. This is such a bad decision by Sony. Because the first three Spider-Man movies, Spider-Man 1 provided a great backstory for Spider-Man. Spider-Man 2 was an even better movie. It had a great villain, it had a great story, it's one of my favorite Marvel movies ever made. And Spider-Man 3, a lot of people didn't like Spider-Man 3. I thought that even though there were a bit too many character story arcs to follow, it was still a fun movie. Not as good as the first two, but still a very, very fun movie, and I don't have a problem watching it. So last year, Sony decided to scrap Spider-Man 4 and just do a whole reboot for no apparent reason except for the fact that there is no good reason to make a reboot to Spider-Man. Because first of all, the original trilogy of Spider-Man, it's fresh in everyone's minds. Like, I saw it when I was 7 or 8. So, I still remember most of it. I've watched it a lot since it came out on DVD. Spider-Man 2 I have on Blu-ray. Spider-Man 3 I have on DVD. It's just so fresh that no one's gonna recognize it or no one's gonna want to see it because everyone knows the other Spider-Man movies. Like The Incredible Hulk, the first Hulk movie was terrible. Just awful. And if the first three Spider-Man movies were awful, I would understand the reboot, because the first Hulk movie was awful. It's one of the worst CBMs ever made. Then The Incredible Hulk was the reboot, and that was okay in most people's minds, mine included, and I really liked The Incredible Hulk. That was a good movie. Hulk wasn't, so the reboot improved on the first movie. This reboot, I can almost guarantee, will not improve on the first three movies. Why? Well, first of all, they're downsizing Spider-Man overall. He's not going to be in the city a lot. He's going to be in his neighborhood as a high schooler, which is very annoying because I want to see Spider-Man swing from the Empire State Building, not the local ShopRite. Another thing is the suit. The suit, it's just so blech. When I first saw it, I hated it. Right now, I'm okay with it because it's not one of the main problems I have with the movie. But there's just too much blue on the outfit. The fingertips should not be blue. He doesn't have a red belt, which is what really makes the suit look more blue than red, which I don't like because the suit's supposed to have that red belt. That's one of the Spider-Man trademarks. Red chest with the blue sides, and then the red belt, and then blue pants, red boot. I can keep going, but because they're screwing with the suit and it looks bad. And they're saying, oh yeah, we're gonna make it gritty and real. Like a teenager could afford it. No, 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 no. Because first of all, the original Spider-Man suit, that looks really, really well made. And the first picture for The Amazing Spider-Man, it did look like it was dark and gritty and dirty and everything. Then they released that picture of him like kneeling down, like with his fingers out like this. You could tell there's so much detail in that costume that not a teenager could make that either. So they're just lying now at this point. And one more thing is, they said that they're not going to introduce any of the villains that were introduced in the Raimi series for this. So that means we will not see some of the best villains in Spider-Man. We're not going to see Dr. Octopus, Green Goblin, Venom, and Sandman. Lizard, he's a cool character. I like what they're doing with that. I hope he's a good character. But I don't know where you would go from there. Maybe Carnage or something, but And this is sad too, because Andrew Garfield is a great actor. Social Network, great. Emma Stone is hot. But it's just, it just doesn't look good. Maybe the trailer will help this movie. I doubt it. But maybe. Hopefully the Lizard's a good character, because then that could elevate the movie. If not, then I really don't know. I'm really worried about the movies that come out next year, comic book movies at least. The Avengers, that could go down bad, but I'm really looking forward to that. Spider-Man, I think I've been talking about it for pretty long now. Dark Knight Rises, people are gonna hype it up so much, it's not gonna live up to The Dark Knight. I'm gonna laugh when there's so much backlash. And Man of Steel, I never liked the Superman movies. I don't like Superman as a character, so I don't really care. This year was so good for superhero movies, and we have Captain America still to come out. Next year does not look that good.